Hey everyone, Teen Mechanic here. Some of you may know me as Joe or Joseph, whatever you want to call me. I'm pretty easygoing that way. But before we get into this video, and yes, it's another video on the LTD 3rd or 4th or 7th or 10th or 700th in a row, but I did want to take a moment just to talk about something serious. The other day, I noticed on one of my videos that there was a comment that I had noticed, and most of you know that I like to be interactive with my viewers as much as I can. I try to respond to all the comments that I get. I try to heart the comments that I actually like, and a lot of individualized responses. But the other day, a comment was brought to my attention saying that it's possible that I might be excluding some people. They had an issue with the way that I do the intro on my videos. For the longest time, it's been, "What's going on, guys? Teen Mechanic here." Now, it was brought to my attention that that may be excluding female viewers, and also that, you know, it's a question that can't be answered because it's the intro. Now, although I don't totally agree with that, because for the longest time, I mean, people say, "What's up?" or "How you doing?" You know, things like that. And it's just it's a greeting. It's kind of how it goes. And it's more of a rhetorical question, you know. It's like, how you doing doesn't necessarily mean I want you to tell me about everything in your life going on at the moment. It just kind of means, "Hey, how's it going? You know, I'm good." You know, that kind of thing. Like, just a super simple conversation. Most of you guys get that. Although, you know, and I'm kind of fine with "What's up, guys?" or "What's going on, guys?" I don't want to change that. The part that I do want to change is I've noticed before, it's habitual, it's a habit. I noticed it first when I had the Monaco, that I was editing out times when I would say "guys." I say "guys" a lot. I just, like, I don't know, and I'm not meaning men. I'm meaning folks, you know, y'all, everyone. That's kind of what I mean that is what I mean when I say "guys." I mean, you know, all. Not men. So I don't want to make anyone feel excluded. I don't want to change a whole lot of the way that I do things, because I'm satisfied with it. But if someone feels excluded, because I really want to make sure that my viewers feel included, all of them, I find great value in it. So I will try as hard as I can to work on the amount that I say "guys." So from now on, I'll try to say "folks," or, you know, "y'all," or nothing at all. Whatever you guys want to let me know what you want to hear. But with that aside, I just wanted to take a second to talk about that. Now that that's out of the way, we can move on to the money pit. And money pit it is. I have really spent quite a bit more money than I really would have liked to on this thing in the past little while. Let's go ahead and pop the hood. I mean, if you take a look at it, there's just too many parts that I can't I can't replace or put back on there. Let me tell you what I got for this thing. So I actually lost the list, but what I can recall, I got new head gaskets. Yes, we're doing the head gaskets on this motor. Now, I don't want to take the heads off until it's time, because I don't want them to be sitting, and I don't want to have them any chance, you know, I don't want to have a chance of them warping. The head bolts are not torque to yield. Nobody needs to worry about that. These are not torque to yield bolts. They don't stretch. They're not single use. You can reuse the head bolts on this engine. Now, if you remember from last video, we finished taking the top end of this engine apart. Push rods, rockers, all this stuff on the heads. I'm going to reuse the heads. I'm going to clean them up, but I'm going to reuse everything on there. I thought about new push rods, you know, and they're super cheap, but the shipping isn't. So, and I can't find them anywhere in the city or anywhere even in the province. So I'm just going to reuse everything to do with the heads and valve train. I thought about getting a new camshaft. I'm not going to be getting a new camshaft. There was a Melling one for towing or heavy duty use. It was $82, and I thought, hey, you know, that's a good deal. I don't feel like taking it all apart and putting in new bearings and assembly loops. I mean, you just have to, basically take too much off. Now, I want to explain to you guys just a little bit here on what my plan is, I guess. I want to, it started with me taking the fan off. I did not plan on doing all this stuff. This is not a plan. I didn't go into this and delve into this engine because it caught fire. I didn't do that. I just thought, hey, since I'm in here, I may as well spend $1 billion trying to make it perfect on a 243,000 kilometer car. Now, yes, that's the other thing. I just want to confirm, in case you missed last video, the odometer says 43,828 kilometers. Impossible. This thing does not have 42,000 clicks on it. In fact, it's not even possible that the guy could have been mistaken. He said his brother was a mechanic. It was a blatant, outright lie, because this is not what 42,000 kilometers looks like. It does not look like that. That is insane. How many leaks this thing had? Like, just how much crud. Let me show you the intake again. In case you missed last video, look at this. This is not 43,000 kilometers. I dug my finger through there. Like, this is not 43,000 clicks. I tried to sand some of this off. I'm painting this, by the way. That brings me to my next point. My mom. I want to thank my mom very much. I know she'll be watching this video. She contributed to this project significantly. She lent me some money to rent a real harmonic balancer puller. She lent me money for oil and some fluids, just some coolant oil and power steering fluid. And paint. That was the big thing. She lent me all this stuff. Let's go through this. She lent me money for all this stuff. I mean, I've still got some money, but I'm running low because this project is kind of taking a toll. So, let me show you what we've got. Alright, so this is what we have. Now, I'm going to show you this first. I got a brushes set for my rotary tool that is in my air set, so I can get into all the crevices and sand those valve covers down a little better. But, what she lent me, like this is very important that I have this. So, I got this paint. This is the color that I am going to make the valve covers. Now, it looked a little different in the lighting in the store. This, as you can tell, is a lot darker blue, but I'm fine with that. That blue, actually, I don't mind it. I wish it was a little darker, but you know what? I'm fine with that. So, we've got some nice bright blue, clear, because, the Ford color is blue. We've got some clear coat, generic clear coat, and high heat black gloss. Now that's going to be for other parts like the radiator, maybe the inner fenders, haven't decided yet, not sure. And that is going to be for that. Now I have high heat engine paint. I have flame proof, actually that's header silica ceramic coating. Now that's going to be the clear coat that I use on things like the intake and timing cover. And then we have this self-etching maximum adhesion primer. Now, I tried to get high heat adhesion promoter. I couldn't find it, so this is the closest thing I could get. Now, all of that is massive. This was actually really expensive. So the fact that she contributed, I'm so grateful for that. I might even paint this too. That's a pretty original color. I'm not sure, but just because it's kind of rusting, I might paint that. Just things like that would be painted black. But no, the inner fenders are plastic, so I won't be doing that. But, I'll touch up the frame, sway bar, things like that. Now, I also ordered, it's worth mentioning, actually, this engine is coming out. So, yes, oh my god, it's been 9 minutes of talking. This engine is coming out. I am going to get my engine hoist in the next day, probably maybe even today, and I'm going to pull this thing out. Now, with the intake out, there's just perfect access to the back of the transmission there. I can get to the top 4 bolts, and then the 2 on the sides I can probably get to, and then I think there's another 2 or 4 underneath, and I can get to those too. I'm not worried about that. So this engine is coming out. There's so much room for working. It'll come out and go right back in very easily. I've got so many parts for this thing. I've got water pump, all the gaskets, a timing set, oil filters, motor mounts. I've got so much stuff for this. A bunch of new cooling stuff, obviously thermostat housing, all that stuff. Fuel pump gasket. I've got so much stuff for it. I've spent so much money on it, and yes, I'm gonna circle back to the fact that this thing has 200,000 kilometers on it probably, and that's fine. it's still a good car. I still got a great deal on it. It was only $900, so I am totally fine with that. Another thing that shows me it doesn't have 43s. Look at these fenders. I mean, who needs to work on their 43,000 kilometer car that much? Anyway, I've already been talking for way too long. So let's go ahead, get this balancer off, and start preparing things for paint. Alrighty then, so I got this, sorry if there's a weed whacker in the background, but I got this balancer on. I have it right into the crankshaft perfectly, using the right end, and this I can already tell is a lot stronger, and I'm hoping that it'll get it off, so let's give it a shot. Alright, so I hope you can see okay, so let's give this a shot. And there we have it, balancer is out. Alright, so now what we're gonna do, that balancer is finally off, which is actually a huge weight lifted. Now we're gonna get this timing cover off. Now, in order to do that, well, actually, I think it should just come off because really, all the bolts are out. So let's give it a shot. Missed the bolt. Alright, I just want to quickly point out that I also put the crank bolt back in just so I don't accidentally mess up the front of the crankshaft. Very important. And before anyone says anything, I did buy a new front and rear main seal because I'm taking the engine out. And I'm going to replace both of those. Anyway, so I missed that bolt, so let's go ahead and get this thing out. There you have it. Okay, it's off. Now let's see how much slack is in that timing chain. Also, for the record, the front and rear main seal are leaking on this thing, so it's good that I'm replacing it. Anyway, let's give this a shot here. That is quite a bit of slack. Good thing I'm replacing that. Holy cow. Okay, yeah. Okay, so take a close look at this here. I pull the cover off and this is what I see. It doesn't look crazy at first, but if you look here, that is not how a timing chain should be. I mean, that is crazy. That is just crazy. No wonder this thing had a timing issue. Holy crap, that's crazy. I've seen worse, but that's pretty bad. I mean, that is pretty bad. Like that right there. I don't know. I'm at a loss. So anyway, I guess maybe what I'll do is start unbolting the transmission. I'm going to keep the heads on so I can pull the engine out, and it's easier to do that with the exhausts and stuff like that. Maybe I could use that as a point to grab onto. But, oh, in fact, we can pull this towel out and grab this hammer. And check this out. That's where the distributor goes. So we can see right there, back behind, it's hard to see, but right there, way buried, you can't even see it, but there's a spline gear, or you can kind of see it. You can see how they curve, but either way, in there it is. That's a better view. That's where the distributor goes. But I mean, there you go. Also, you guys gotta let me know where the crank position sensor is. I think it's this right here. That looks, yeah, it is. Well, actually, yeah, yes, that is the crank position sensor. This right here. This right here is. So anyway, let's take a look at the timing cover real quick. So yes, this here, I don't know how I'm gonna have to look into getting this front main seal out, but yeah, for sure, that's bad. Now look at this. Look at how bad this is. Sorry about the bad camera angle, but check that out. Like, look how bad that is. Like, that is just so bad. Like, look at how bad and gunked up this is. That is bad. So anyway, now what I'm gonna do just because now I'm pretty much done with the front of the engine disassembly until I pull it out, and then that's when we'll take the heads off, so stay tuned for that. Sorry about the blurriness. Anyway, what I'm going to do, I bought this solvent at Canadian Tire, which is kind of a mix between Home Depot, Harbor Freight, and some stores like that. If for those of you who don't live in Canada, Princess Auto is like Harbor Freight here. Anyway, multi-purpose degreaser. Now this stuff is highly corrosive, and if you look at it, it's supposed to remove grease like that. So let's put that to the test right now. I'm going to grab a toothbrush. I'll clean it before I brush my teeth with it later, but I'm going to go ahead and see if it'll actually pull this stuff off. Okay, so I have some in this this container. No, it's not Simonized tire cleaner. I ran out, unfortunately, but I do have that cleaner in here, so let's give it a shot. Oh. That stuff really stinks. Okay, so I'm just gonna let this sit here, and it looks like it's activated and pulling that grease right off. I'm also gonna do this intake here because it is just like ridiculous. Alright guys, I think this is looking pretty good now. I'm just kind of going to spray it again, let it sit, and then maybe in 15 minutes I'll hit it with a brush again. Maybe if I have, I'll just try and find a metal wire brush or something. And hopefully I can make this thing look pretty good. Alright, so we're going to move on to the engine here. And just, man, I can't get over that slack. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and try and degrease this thing now. And I got to make it quick because I'm running out of storage on my phone already. But let's give it a shot. Alright guys, I kind of have changed my mind here. I'm not really going to go all out cleaning the engine. I just got rid of some clutter. But I'm going to wait till I pull the engine out. Let me go ahead and put a parts list on screen right now just to kind of show you what I got for this thing. You can pause the video, take a look at it. But aside from that, I think I'm probably going to get out of here. It's already been a long video. Not as productive as I would have liked it to be, but in the next video, we're going to prepare all the stuff for painting or take the engine out. Something like that. A big step either way, next video. Probably next video I'll have some parts in the mail, so yeah, I'm just going to hope for the best. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you didn't, give it a dislike. Let me know in the comment section below how I can improve and what you want to see. Follow me on Instagram. Mostly that's where I post on Instagram if you want to see stuff ahead of time. But anyway, other than that, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks again for watching. Holy cow, I'm tired. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. For the longest time, it's been, hey guys, Teen Mechanic. Or no, that's Chris Fix. It's been, what's going on, guys? Teen Mechanic here. I'm sorry. Because, hey guys, Chris Fix here. That's one of them. And it just... There you go, guys. Balance.